There are a lot of good deals on Amazon, but I think this golf ball in my hand might be the best deal for us golfers. This is the Legato LTX 3085. It's a golf ball that I found and started using about 6 months ago. And on today's video, I'm going to show you why I chose this ball and why I think this is the ProV1 killer from Amazon. So this box is going to cost you around $55 US, $54.99. This one's going to be under $30, $29.99. Looking at the Legato box here, you can see this has a softer feel. I will agree with that. Nice and soft. I would say it's probably in here somewhere. It's not the softest, and it's certainly not a firm ball. In terms of flight, you get nice high trajectory. I can concur with that. We will put that to the test out here as well, up against the ProV1. In terms of distance, there's either long or longer. They claim longer. I have found this ball to be as long as just about anything out there, including some extremely expensive balls that cost $20 a ball. These pretty much hung with them. In terms of the long game spin, you've got low. With iron spin, you get more, and with short game spin, it's a little higher. Ripping open into one of these sleeves. That's a good looking ball. I think it's a premium looking ball. I don't think it looks cheap at all. I like the script. And I really like this bold track. It really helps me align my putts. The paint, very similar to a ProV1. It's not super high gloss, and it's got a little bit of grip to it. Checking out the ProV1 box, they're calling this a mid-flight. The ProV1X would be high, this would be mid. In terms of spin, you've got low spin here with the long game, you've got high spin with the short game, and you've got softer feel here with the ProV1 over the ProV1X. Both of these are going to be three-piece construction. There is the ProV1. I mean, that's as classic as it gets. You've got Titleist's version of the alignment line there. I gotta say, I like the bold track a little bit better, but that's gonna be subjective. If we take a look at the paint job, I gotta say, it is very, very similar. I can't tell the difference. I was a graphic designer. I can't tell the difference there in terms of tone whatsoever. But I can tell that the dimples are a little sharper here with the Titleist. These are a little bit more smoother, more rounded out. We'll see how that affects performance out on course. Two very good looking golf balls though. First off, let's address the name of this ball because it's kind of weird. LTX 3085, what does that even mean? I'm not exactly sure about the 30. I'm sure there's a story behind it. Maybe it's the 30th prototype, but the 85 is the compression. And I think that that is, first of all, just a sweet spot. It's the Goldilocks number, at least for me, where I'm getting a nice, softer feel, but I'm still getting distance and I'm not sacrificing spin either. It's just right. It's not too soft, it's not too hard, it's just right. All right, I'm gonna hit 4 drives, 2 with each ball here, and I'll tell you the stats just so we know we're getting apples to apples, but let's see how the Legato stacks up to the gold standard. Club head speed 98, smash 145, ball speed 142. Titleist up next. Very similar in terms of height. Titleist is going to be a little bit more central there. Club head speed 99, ball speed 143, smash 144. Legato again here. Another good one. Club head speed 98, ball speed 142, smash 144, carry 223. Club head speed 97, ball speed 140, smash 145, carry 219. Let's go find them. Very similar swings, hit on very similar parts of the club face, same smash factor, basically the same swing speed, all around 98 miles per hour average. Let's find out where these 4 balls ended up, but I think this is gonna be a really good apples to apples comparison, at least in terms of distance. In terms of trajectory, I don't know if you can see from the shot traces, but those, especially first 2, were extremely similar. And I think the Titleist might have been a little lower trajectory there on the second round of shots. But we got 4 balls all real close to each other here, really close to each other. Let's find out where they finished. I've got my Garmin G80 to measure for us. And if we're surveying the scene, we've got 1 ball here. Over here, there's 1, 2, 3. First one here, this is 237. And that was that last Titleist I hit. 237. These 3 a little bit further. Here we go, 247. That's a Legato, 247. I believe that was the second Legato we hit. Marching over here a little bit further up, at 249, 250 now. There's a Titleist right at 250. But just a little further up is my first Legato at 253. Now the 253, by the way, 98 mile an hour club head speed, and the 250 from the Titleist, that was 99 mile per hour or 1 mile per hour more, and the other two were opposite. The Titleist was just a little lower at 97 to 98, but again, that's about as apples to apples as I can get as a mere mortal, and you can see Legato on par, if not besting the ProV1 there in terms of distance. How about that? I bet you didn't expect that. I didn't expect it when I saw it either, to be honest. Again, one of the reasons why I wanted to switch. What we're gonna test here is spin. So I've got a 58-degree wedge in hand. I've got 2 Legatos, 2 ProV1s, and let's see how they perform. First up's the Legato here. Here's a Titleist. Pretty good stopping power. I don't know about you, but it's hard for me to tell the difference, especially in terms of feel. If you blindfolded me or if you painted over those logos, I wouldn't know which ball I was hitting, to be quite honest. They're so very similar in terms of performance. The only difference is, to me at least, is the price. All right, I've stepped up to a par 3, and so we're gonna do a full shot test here. We'll look at the trajectory, the height we get out of these balls, as well as the stopping power, see if there's any differences at all. All right, we're gonna go Titleist first here. 8-iron in hand, by the way. Nice feel off of that. Real nice, big, high launch. Landed nice and soft. Seemed to only kick forward just a little bit. Good result. Next up is the Legato. And again, nice high launch. This one's just a little right of the pin. And that one seemed to react just about exactly the same way on the green as well. Maybe didn't fly quite as far. I might not have hit that quite as hard, but pretty darn similar. We'll go Titleist again here. Caught it just a little fat, I'd say. Left of the pin. That one really seemed to check up. We're gonna check all these pitch marks here. And one more with the Legato. Pretty similar line as the Titleist, actually maybe a little further left. But in terms of feel, I cannot tell the difference between them. They feel exactly the same. And when we talk about ball feel, all we're really talking about is compression. This ProV1 is 90, the Legato is 85. A TP5, by the way, also 85. That's a real sweet spot for a tour level ball. I think that's exactly what we're getting here, but let's look at the spin. All right, surveying the land. Here's our Legato, the last one. That was our first Titleist. We got a Legato, our first one over there, and the Titleist over here. So in terms of distance, pretty negligible. Looks like this first Legato was the longest, but that's just probably the inconsistency of my swing. This is the pitch mark. This one actually came sideways right there. Here's our pitch mark with the ProV1. This one actually backed up a little bit, came back. ProV1. This was our first ProV1. Here's our pitch mark. It skipped forward like I thought, just about 2.5 feet there. Great stopping power, as you would expect. This was our first Legato, and this one actually backed up a little bit as well. So 2 of them backed up for us. 2 of them only bounced forward just a little bit. Again, it's hard to really know the difference. And I just think to myself, well, what am I spending all this extra money on? All right, now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna hit about a 100-yard wedge shot just to test the sticking power of these balls. First up is Titleist. Next up is Legato. Titleist. Legato. The closest ones that were legatos now on that shot, that was the one I'd say it got a little bit more lift out of the ball. May have been the strike, but the legatos got a little bit higher in the air. The trajectory of the ProV1s were a little bit lower. Now, a huge question when it comes to balls, especially folks that are better players, is going to be durability. How do these legato balls stack up? I would say, in general, very good. I won't say that they're the best. Harder balls and cheaper balls generally are going to actually last a little longer. But with a urethane cover ball, they hold up as well as, again, just about anything in this category of a tour quality ball. So you don't have to worry about these balls overly scuffing up like we did with the Kirklands. So these balls will certainly hold up well over an 18-hole round. I probably wouldn't play it past that, even if I could. Usually lose one ball throughout the round one way or another. So yeah, there's some head-to-head evidence up against the ProV1. I've got a link down below if you want to check these ones out for yourself. I really think this ball is just as good as the ProV1, as a TP5, as a Chrome Soft, any of the premium balls that are out there on the market. Give it a shot, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you back here next time on another edition of Let's Play Through.